Excuse my leaky faucet here in the bathroom, but yes, this is more breaking news, so I will put that in the beginning of the video. So it looks like Juju Watkins was named the Big Ten Player of the Year, first team All Big Ten, and on the defensive side too, which is great. Kiki Irefan was named the first team Big Ten player. Lindsey Gottlieb was the Coach of the Year. I believe Kennedy Smith was named All Freshman and an honorable mention on the Big Ten team. Brad Marshall was an All Big Ten defensive team player and an honorable mention on the All Big Ten team. And I think that's pretty much it. Too bad Avery Howell did not get some consideration for the All Big Ten team, but hopefully that motivates her for next season. So enjoy the video.
What's going on, dudes and dudettes? So yes, the USC women's team on the basketball side did beat UCLA over the weekend, as I mentioned in the past video on Sunday, but they did find out officially that they are going to be the #1 seed in the Big Ten tournament for the women's side, and they pretty much get the winner of Indiana and Oregon, which I'm pretty sure they beat pretty easily this year, so that shouldn't be hard for them to advance, but they don't play until Friday, and even those teams don't play until Thursday, so I guess we'll wait and see. They'll probably face UCLA in the final rounds if everything goes according to plan, but we'll have to wait and see on that part. And then, yes, Juju Watkins was named by The Athletic their Player of the Year. On the women's side, it was a unanimous decision by their sports writers, so hopefully this is the first one. I know there's like the Naismith and some other ones, like stuff for the Ann Myers Drysdale, best shooting guard in the nation. So hopefully she gets a couple more of these awards because she definitely deserves them, especially this year. No real sophomore slump. There was a little bit of games here and there that she wasn't really scoring over 20, but she still had like, 17, 18, 19, and the team was still winning, so can't really knock her down that many points right there. But she was also named to the Athletics All-American first team, which is really awesome, and even like Paige Becker is another girl that I follow from UConn is on there too, so obviously they're both in good company. And then she was also named the Big Ten Player of the Week for the women's side in that conference, so nothing too surprising there once again. And then there's a fun stat out there too that she's the only player in history of women's basketball and college basketball to average 24 plus points, 2 plus steals, and 2 plus blocks per game during the regular season. So that's pretty great. Congrats to her. And then USC is expected to hire Baylor's Joe D'Orazio as a director of football strategy and assistant running backs coach, sources telling CBS Sports. Yeah, that's kind of interesting that they're just continuing to add a lot of other analysts, whether it's on the offensive or defensive side, like these secondary coaches or secondary consultants, basically. So I don't know, maybe it's more help for Lincoln Riley on the offensive side or just the running back side, and maybe these are just like the next guys up to like basically rehire or move up on the totem pole once those other guys end up going somewhere else to take like the higher offensive coordinator or defensive coordinator spots. You never know, but I guess there is no limit to how many coaches and behind the scenes people you could have on your account or roster. So they're just doing what they can, and I think I'm pretty sure everybody's going to follow suit after this, but at least they're getting a lot of the more talented people as of right now. I expect most of these people to end up leaving, but either way, at least they're going to at least get their start with USC, so that's nice. And then a 4-star wide receiver, Messiah Hampton, looks like he's locked in a USC official visit coming up soon. He's a pretty talented guy, so that was good. And then Drake Quinn locked in an official visit on June 13th through the 15th. Tommy Tofi, I remember talking about him. He's a 4-star interior offensive lineman, 6'6", 320. And I forget if I was just talking about his offers, but he did recently release the top 8 schools, and of course USC was there. A 4-star linebacker, and Caden Henderson is set up April 19th USC spring visit, so that was good. Then a 3-star tight end, Tymaine Purcell, I'm pretty sure I'm saying that wrong, but he set up a June 13th USC official visit. And yes, I forgot to mention too that the women's team did make a #2 ranking overall in the AP poll, so they basically just switched with UCLA, who is now 4th on that AP poll. So they're still not #1. I think Texas is at this moment, but if they keep winning, they should officially lock up one of those 1 seeds in the March Madness tournament, in my opinion. There was a 4-star offensive lineman, Breck Koloje, says has a bunch of unofficial visits coming up, and he has already locked in a USC one, so that was great. And then there was one of the top elite defensive linemen, Preston Carey, looks like he's talking about all his offers he has from both Duke and USC, which was great to see. But he's the number one defensive tackle in Florida, and it looks like he's going to be committing pretty soon, like in June, in a couple of months. So I'm pretty sure he's on an official visit, hopefully, at some point to either one of my schools. And like I always say, hopefully he ends up selecting one of them too, because that would be great. And there was another four-star elite. I don't know if he's a four-star exactly, but he's a top 2026 offensive tackle, Kelvin Obitz. Looks like he's down to 10 schools officially, and USC made that list, so that was awesome. And then House of Victory did make a signing with the wide receiver Corey Sims, the incoming freshman, so congrats to him. And the USC Beach women's volleyball team did defeat Concordia 5-0 the other day. They also defeated Pepperdine 5-0 the other day. They beat Washington, a Big Ten school now, 4-1. They beat Long Beach State, another local school, 4-1. So yeah, congrats to those ladies. I'm pretty sure they've had a couple losses here or there while they were out there in Hawaii, but as of right now, they're still one of the top teams out there. Definitely a top 5 ranked team in the nation. And I believe it was Mackenzie Forbes who recently signed a training camp contract with the Dallas Wings. So congrats to her, another ex-USC women's basketball player. And the women's lacrosse team looked like they're still playing very well. They beat ASU 16-14, and they beat a local team, San Diego State, 21-14 too, pretty recently. So yeah, congrats to those ladies. I'm pretty sure they're undefeated if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, a nice strong start to the season already. And there were actually some victories for some ex-USC alum when it comes to the Oscars the other night, which is pretty cool. They did get Walter Salas, who was a director for I'm Still Here for the Best International Feature Film. Alex Coco was a producer on Anora, which won Best Picture. And then Doug Hemphill was a sound designer for Dune Part 2. So yeah, that was awesome. A couple of upsets here and there. I was very happy that my favorite movie of the year, Dune 2, got a couple victories, as I just mentioned. One of them right there for like editing or sound design and the visual effects too, which is really cool. But yeah, a lot of those movies I wasn't able to see because they're still either in theaters or they're just like way too expensive. You can't even rent them, it's just to buy. So I'm not going to do that. I'm going to wait till they're officially streaming somewhere or cheaper to rent. But either way, we'll see how this goes. And then, yes, the men's baseball team did get a pitcher, the Big Ten pitcher of the week in Aoki, Caden Aoki. He's a right-handed pitcher, the senior, so congrats to him. And then Justin Su of the men's golf team was a champion at the Argentina Open the other day, so that was great. And then Johnny Brackens Jr. was a champion for the Big Ten in the long jump from USC. He also was a champion in the 60-meter hurdles, so congrats to him, big-time double champ. And then DeJay's Defriend was a champion in the 60 meters. William Jones was a champion in the 400 meters. And the 4x400 relay team for the women's side were a champion at the Big Ten Championships. Also, Temi Ojora was a champion in the triple jump. DeJay's Defriend was also a champion in the 200 meters. And yeah, of course, all Big Ten first team was Defriend, Ojora, Yemi John, Christine Maillard, obviously J.C. Stevenson, and Brackens Jr., as you see right there, the second team. Brady Palin, Travis Williams, Garrett Colognes, all big freshman team, was Brianna Selby. Even the swim and dive had some Big Ten competitions. They were the relay champions for the USC men's side at the 800-yard freestyle relay, and they had a school record too, so congrats to them. Also, Moritz Westerman was a champion in the 3-meter diving Big Ten tournament. Record broken by Krzysztof Chmielewski in the 200-yard butterfly. And then Ian Pickles won the 200-yard free C final, whatever that is. Griffin O'Leary wins the 200-yard back final. And then also Chris O'Grady took over the last 50 to win the 200-yard breaststroke B final. So yeah, I don't know what the B's and C's and all that count for, but they did get a couple of victories over there for the Big Ten championships, along with like these. I count them more as Olympic sports when it comes to track and field and swim and dive, but yeah, that's why I kind of waited to talk about this until, as I was trying to say before I was rudely interrupted by not enough storage in my camera, but I was basically saying that, yes, I was saving the swim and dive and the track and field for later, just waiting for their championships or whatever tournaments to be done for the Big Ten. And I don't know if there's anything after that, kind of like how there are for football and other sports, like a tournament March Madness and all that stuff. But if there is, I'll update you, and I'm just pretty excited to most likely see a lot of these players from USC most likely heading to the Olympics pretty soon, because there was like quite a bit that I talked about last time during last year's Olympics, but hopefully get a couple more going whenever the next Olympics does end up happening. So thanks for watching, people. Like and subscribe, comment down below. Let me know what y'all think. Have a good rest of your day. Bye. Bye.